one boundless vast scenic province and 500 feet from my house, chock full of an enormous variety of mycelium. And in today's episode, I, Enzo Hernandez Torsolino, will be your guide to foraging edible fungi and how to safely drink fresh water. This is Enzo Vs Wild. As I said earlier, British Columbia is home to plenty of fungi, big and small, edible and deadly. That, my friends, is what I'm here to help with today. An edible fungi you can dig into is the Pacific golden chanterelle, or scientifically known as the Cantharellus formosus. It can be identified by its bright yellow or orange hue and by its flat funnel cap. Its stem can be long and slender, and it can be found on the ground near trees such as Douglas fir or conifers with vein-like gills. But wait, before you dig in, you have to prepare this fungi correctly to prevent getting sick, as it could be contaminated by surrounding harmful bacteria. First, brush off any debris with a damp cloth, and then trim the ends off of the stem and other parts that could be infected. Make sure you only wash it right before cooking, as it can produce mold. Finally, the best way to cook this fungi is by slicing them up and sautéing them in butter. However, they can also be used for soup, and it can be baked. Described to have a fruity or peppery taste, this fungi makes a nice meal. Now, I know many people may be desperate in survival situations, but if you ever come across this mushroom, do not eat it. Although it looks similar to mushrooms you may find in the grocery store, do not be tempted, as it is poisonous. This is the deadly Galerina, or Galerina marginata. It is smaller in stature compared to the chanterelle, however it packs a very dangerous punch. Distinguishable by an orange, yellow, brown hue and a smooth round cap and a dark stem with an inconspicuous ring near the top, this fungi does not play games. It contains amatoxins, which cannot even be eradicated by cooking it thoroughly, as it can also halt protein synthesis by hindering the enzyme RNA polymerase II. Over a course of 6 to 10 hours after digesting, harmful effects such as onset diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting begin to occur. After 72 hours, liver failure is possible to occur and can lead to death. Normally, humans need to eat a lot to experience death. However, the onset symptoms are inevitable, and the fungi is detrimental to any dogs or any other animals that eat it, so keep far away. Drinking untreated water can lead to a plethora of harmful effects, such as sicknesses like dysentery or infections and diarrheal diseases stemming from aquatic pathogens. Enter protozoa, as pond water can be home to a wide array of different protists. While someone drinks untreated water in the wilderness, these protozoa can enter the digestive system and cause harm. The most common genus of these protists living in BC are Giardia and Cryptosporidium. These protists are classified as enteric protozoa, most associated with waterborne illnesses in Canada. Spreading through animal feces and human feces, certain strains are able to resist chlorine disinfectants and are able to survive for long periods of time in the environment. Once indigested, these parasites can cause giardiosis and cryptosporidiosis. For humans, once a species of Giardia is swallowed, it rests inside the small intestine, causing gastrointestinal trouble and diarrheal infection. Similarly, Cryptosporidium also attack the gastrointestinal tract by completing their reproductive cycle inside the tract, wreaking havoc through diarrheal problems, nausea, and stomach cramps. But don't you fear, cause I am here. You can filter fresh water in many different ways, but I have 3 just for you. The simplest way is to utilize a life straw, which is able to filter out about 99.99% of bacteria like E. coli and parasites like Giardia and Cryptosporidium. Literally as simple as just putting a straw in the water and sucking away. Another easy way to filter your water is through boiling. After collecting enough water into a metal pot, put it over an open fire or a camping stove. Then let it boil for about an hour. By this time, all the harmful bacteria should be dead and you will have fresh potable water. But make sure you don't burn your mouth. But if you're in a really scarce situation with nothing at all, this is how you do it with only your surroundings.
To do it without any equipment, you first need to find a basin. You need to find a rock carved out. Then after that, you need to find some water. But after that, you need to make a fire. What you need to do is take 2 dry sticks and using friction, rubbing them together. This will create ember, and then adding dry leaves to it and adding oxygen through your mouth will create fire. After that, you can use small stones and add them to the fire. They'll become scalding hot, and then you add them to your basin. After about an hour, you can remove these rocks, and then you'll have fresh drinking water.
And there you have it. That concludes this episode of Enzo's Survival Guide, or Enzo vs Wild. Tune in next time on How to Fly a Plane.
You don't have a license.
Don't tell them that.